Hello everyone, my name is James and today we're going to be checking out the best Easter eggs, secrets and references in Paper Mario the Origami King. And if you would like to see more episodes like this in the future, then don't forget to subscribe, as this is the Easter Egg Hunter. Towards the beginning of the game, Mario and Olivia will have to pass through the Graffiti underground in Toad Town in order to gain access to Princess Peach's courtyard, and in doing so they stumble upon Luigi's hat, to which Olivia will pick it up and reel off a bit of dialogue that just so happens to include a reference and a twist on one of the most iconic quotes from Majora's Mask. And if you are looking for more video game references, then it is when you travel on the tram on the way to Autumn Mountain, you get to meet Bobby, a character who has lost his memory and who ends up joining the party. But before that, Olivia will ask Bobby what his story is, and he will respond by saying this: "Me? Well, I'm the bomb, and that's about all I remember. You know that memory loss thing? What's it called? Ambrosia? Amnesty? Thinky Panic?" And it's that last part that is of real interest, as it's actually a reference to Miyamoto's and Nintendo's 1987 Famicom Disk System title of Doki Doki Panic, and a title that was adapted into Super Mario Bros. 2. And we're not done with Bobby just yet, as his character will actually provide one of the game's more emotional stories and will sadly end up sacrificing his life in order to save Olivia, who ends up being trapped under a large boulder. And it is after this moment that if you happen to travel back to the dress-up photo studio at the Shogun Studios and take some photos, that this Bobby Easter egg will appear. Time for some Super Mario references now, and one of the first ones you will stumble upon is located in the middle of Picnic Road. Then when you head towards the end of the red streamer, you will reach the Overlook Tower, and it is here where you can find not only blocks and bushes from Super Mario Bros, but also a pencil drawing of the death animation for Mario, which is decorated across the centre of floor 4. When you travel across the Great Sea, first of all you will explore the cruise ship the Princess Peach, and it's within the wheelhouse that you can find snaps of Peach from previous titles, including Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, Super Paper Mario and even Sticker Star. And speaking of Sticker Star, as once you have conquered Bonehead Island, the game's giant fan will rise out of the sea and blow all the fog away. Yeah, next up we have arrived at the Big Show Theatre located at the Shogun Studios, and where not only is there a nod to Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake, but there is also a nod to what looks like West Side Story. And it is during this performance where you can rescue Birdo, and where Birdo will mention Mario Madness, and the same words that featured on the box art for Super Mario Bros. 2, which is also the same game that Birdo first appeared in. Okay, so this next little secret is an amusing joke that I thought I would include because Bowser seems to direct it towards the game's developers, and to see it you need to progress towards the end of the game, as just before your encounter with Ollie you will enter Princess Peach's castle for a second time, and is the moment when you should try opening up the door on the right hand side. When you visit the Shangri Spa much later in the game, Mario can discover a Sniffid who is stranded upon a floating island, and if you rescue the seller of all things fun, funky and functional, you'll be able to purchase the Retro Soundbox, an accessory that just so happens to be modelled on a Famicom controller, and a device that when activated will change Mario's sounds into classic sound effects. And speaking of sound, as here's a cool piece of music you can hear when you visit the Tranquil Pipes Tea House at the Shogun Studios. Which, if you so happen to speed up, you will then discover that this is actually Maple Treeway from Mario Kart Wii. And while we're at the Shogun Studios again, let's check out the hidden staff room where you can find some rather cool masks to try on and references to some familiar faces. And our final secret today takes all the way back to the beginning of the game when we enter the Graffiti Underground, as at first you'll notice that there is just an image of Peach and Mario down here, but if you come back here much later in the game you will find that the entire underground would have been completely decorated and now tells a typical story of Bowser trying to kidnap the princess.